Hey guys, it's a Patient Hodler coming at you with another outside crypto video. And in this one, we are going to talk about 5 projects that I think are undervalued at the moment and that are worth buying in 2022. And as you can hear, I am right under the entering airplanes of the Munich airport. So I hope they are not too loud for you and you can still understand what I'm saying. But the nature here is pretty good. We have a foggy day, some rests of snow still in the fields, and besides the airplanes it is quite quiet and we can see some animals. But anyways, let's get into the projects that I have selected. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor but not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape in all the good crypto projects that are at the moment out there. And also, if you like this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below which crypto projects you favor in 2022, or if you are invested in some of those that I will discuss right now. So before we discuss each and every project of these 5, I just want to say that I think a lot of them are suppressed for various factors. In general, I think crypto has taken a hit because of the uncertainties that are at the moment in the worldwide markets because of the corona situation. There are still new variants being found and they are estimating that they are very harmful, and sometimes they are, sometimes they are not. So anyways, these things give uncertainty and hold all the markets down, not only the crypto markets. So this is the first one where we can say, in general, all the good projects are slightly undervalued because of this. But there are other factors that hold projects down, and that I will explain in a second as well when we get into these projects. Now, the first project on my list is VeChain. And VeChain was one of my first investments, right around 2 cents in the beginning of the year, and I think it is very undervalued at the moment if we consider the overall situation, and there are some factors that holding the VeChain price back at the moment. And for those who don't know, VeChain is a supply chain management, supply chain visibility project for B2B, for big companies, and therefore meant to help with a variety of use cases along the supply chain, such as supply chain visibility end-to-end, data storing from the supply chain to gain customer trust on the products, mainly for China, and then also anti-counterfeit measures and carbon emission tracing, so you could monitor if a certain product that you buy has a high or low carbon footprint. So they are in all of these use cases, and all of this for other companies. So it's not the end customer that is working mainly with the supply chain, but it's more multiplicators, like for example PwC as consulting houses and DNV as a house of certifiers that are certifying sea containers and ships and all the data in the logistics industry and supply chain. And I know that VeChain is hardly criticized in the last months and over the last half year, but I think only part of the criticism is valid or is good, because we have to see that especially such projects with these unsexy use cases but real life use cases have suffered a lot during these 2 years of corona pandemic, because the supply chains were cracked. The companies that would integrate such a solution were dealing with other problems, and structural change in a company to a system that is blockchain based and gives certified value to the end customers is not as easy to roll out as launching an NFT store or something else. So you have to go very deep in an organization to be able to roll out something that you can really track and trace every part and every data of a textile piece, and then have it read out by a QR code or NFC tag when it's in the store, like a Louis Vuitton bag or something that is in Walmart China. Those are companies that are working with VeChain. And then we have also new things that we didn't expect in the beginning of the year, like for example that VeChain is launching its own stablecoin. So there's a VeChain USD coming, and then also we are going to have more and more B2C parts on the chain, like the NFT marketplace that is already there. We have the VeChain DeFi projects that are going to come to VeChain. So there's a lot in the pipeline, and the growth phase of VeChain is yet to begin, because VeChain has been dealing with an increased security measuring, or with increased security measures in the last year to make it more attractive for big companies, and has the growth phase right now to come. Now this all makes me really bullish on VeChain, and I think there is a lot of growth to come for the project, for the chain in the near future. So just to show you here, you cannot see anything around the whole landscape because it's all in the fog. Anyways, the second project that I wanted to show you is Chiliz, and I also invested in Chiliz in February, I think, with around 3 cents, but unfortunately only a smaller amount of money. Should have put more into it, but I didn't understand it quite well at the time. So Chiliz is a token that basically makes it possible for sports clubs and football clubs to launch their own fan tokens on the Chiliz token, and they have a platform that is called socios.com, and the Chiliz fan tokens enable the fans and the people that want to participate in the club to be able to participate digitally by holding a certain amount of fan tokens, so that they can, for example, be eligible to vote in certain decisions. And this is also common in Germany with the membership cards, and also in other countries. And they have passed now 101 major sports teams that are working with them. So there is Juventus, PSG, Manchester United, but also some from other continents like Internacional from Brazil. And they have just a lot going on, and they have been stagnant before that big pump in, I think, March and April. And now they have been stagnant since that pump. They have corrected a lot, they have been moving sideways, and if I recall it right, Chiliz is a coin that moves a lot sideways and then suddenly has a gigantic pump. But there is, as mentioned in the beginning of the video, stuff that holds such a coin back, and that is again the situation of the pandemic, because a lot of people in a lot of countries cannot go into the stadium. They have cancelled their memberships. They are not really following anymore their team's efforts and the games, because those games, we know it from TV, they feel like training games, so you just don't have that same atmosphere, and that all holds people back to interact with the fan tokens, and that all makes it more difficult for a project like Chiliz to pump and to really get their stuff out there. But they have all the good licenses already, and they keep growing, so I'm very bullish on them, and I think they can have a tremendous run up again when the situation is sorted out. And so in my opinion, it's a good point to, at around 20 something cents at the moment, to invest, obviously not financial advice. Now the third project that I want to talk about is Kadena, and I have found Kadena only short time ago after they had their big run ups, and I was looking into the coin a little bit more. So they have basically found a way to combine the proof of work, extreme security consensus mechanism, and then through multi-chain or parallel chain scaling, make it scalable as if it was a proof of stake consensus mechanism. So they can have an enormous amount of transactions per second. It is easy to mount projects on them. And so, for example, UFO Gaming has stuff with NFT starting on them. And the reason why I think a coin like Kadena is suppressed is it has recently started. The adoption has just begun. It is listed on only a few exchanges. It has recently been listed on Gate.io, which made it possible for me to buy it. And they are on KuCoin. But besides that, they are not listed on any other major exchanges. You can buy it on Uniswap, yes. But I mean, they are not listed on Binance, on Coinbase, Wobi, and all the other exchanges. So I think Kadena at the moment has corrected significantly and is maybe, in my opinion, a good pickup. Which brings us to number 4. And number 4 on my list is the Graph. And the Graph is basically like an Oracle project, only that they don't bring information from the outside to the chain, like it is the main business of Chainlink, which is also a very, very good project in my opinion, but I didn't want to include it in the top 5 here because it has grown already. It is a known blue chip, but the Graph is basically gathering on-chain data and makes it available in a very practical manner to other projects that need something like that. What could that be? For example, let's say you launch a platform and you have all these NFT chains out there in 1 or 2 years, and you need a comparable data set from each chain to be able to display which NFTs have what prices. So you would see, okay, show me on this website all the NFT sorts and let me see the prices on those from the different chains and games. So this could be a use case, for example, for getting data via the Graph. So it's basically a Google search engine for websites in the outside that need on-chain data. We can cover it deeper in another video where we focus on one of those projects. And then number 5 is obviously, and I talk about it all the time, is Ecomi. And Ecomi, I think, is suppressed in several different ways. There are some problems regarding structure that they have to sort out. There is, for example, the part with the MTL and NFT to OMI and OMI utility program. So there are a lot of uncertainties now that how will this affect the price, and they are also very much suppressed by the fact that they are almost not available on any exchange, and then that it is in the beginning of their growth and has such a tremendous success already, and they have all the licenses. And on Vivi, the main project that is on the Ecomi token. So when I talk about Ecomi, I mean Ecomi and Vivi as a project that is very valuable, or as a project that is going to be very valuable in the future. So there are so many factors and so many milestones that are coming in for Ecomi that I really think everything below 1 cent is an absolute steal, and I am very confident that even reaching close to 1 cent, we are going to see this coin go 100x in the future. But with that said, you have now a list of 5 coins that I think are very valuable at the moment, and these are, just to recap, VeChain, Chiliz, Kadena, the Graph, and Ecomi. And these are also in different areas of the crypto space, so it could be a good idea to just get some of them in the portfolio to diversify a little bit. Just one more word that I forgot to say with VeChain is the fact that they are relying so heavily on the multipliers like consulting houses like PwC and DNV, and also the VeChain team in itself with all their government negotiation with the government of China. The fact that they have this type of business case means that if we have a continuing situation like the pandemic at the moment, they are very limited in having a close customer relation where they fly and have meetings and meet people every weekend and show them the project. So they can just not do that as they would without the pandemic. So once the pandemic goes away, the cap of those high pressure bottles projects flies off, and then we will see the prices increase. Just to show you, I'm now in the forest here, and these are very high trees, and I like the atmosphere with the fog in the forest and just the quietness besides me talking about crypto. But yes, so let me know in the comments below what you think about all these crypto projects, and if you like another nature walk in that sense. And wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night. If you're not on Ecomi VV, then download the app and take a look, because it is an awesome project and you can make a lot of money with those NFTs. Yeah, but with that said, see you in the next video.